When we say it's the YouTube for horror, we don't mean that it's going to be makeup tutorial. We mean that it's as easy as when you upload a video to YouTube and you can start monetizing right away, you can do it on BLOODSTREAM. But it's just going to be for horror, which YouTube doesn't take.
See, you're wearing a shirt here. What is BLOODSTREAM?
Shameless.
Okay.
Shameless self-promotion.
Nothing wrong with it.
So BLOODSTREAM is our new streaming service that we are launching next week. It is in the hand right now of 1,500 fans that sign up for early access, so they have a beta version that we've been getting feedback, but we're going to publicly kind of launch it next week. There's going to be an article in the Hollywood Reporter coming out on Tuesday, and then some in some of more horror-centric publication. It is basically what we like to call it. It's somewhat a combination of a Shadow and a YouTube. It is going to have it has subscription level and also advertisement level. People can upload their own content into it, and we built a very YouTube-esque system that using a lot of AI analyzes it and helps them publish it. And it helps them find the audience for it. So people can monetize their content right away. It takes about 10 minutes to put the content up. It is good. It has something for everyone. So we already have about 1,200 titles on it. We have verticals, we have shorts. There's so many beautiful shorts that, they do the festivals and everybody's clapping, but a year or two down the road, there's no way to monetize them. So now with the AVOD and the SVOD, we monetize those. And the idea is to give a longer shelf life to all of this content and to have a very community-centric horror streaming service. So it both serves the fans and the filmmakers, the creators, which we kind of find that they like. I used to own Dread Central, and I spent a lot of time going to a lot of festivals and a lot of conferences. And what I love about this community is that the fans are the creators and the creators are the fans, right? So, and I think that there is a lack on the market, a place for that community. Yes, there are other streaming services, but the biggest one, YouTube, they don't accept violence or nudity or bad language because they're more advertising friendly. Once Netflix decided to go ads and HBO Max and Amazon and Disney and everybody else follow suit, means that everybody's shying away from horror content. So there is a need in the marketplace to find more places to monetize. So a lot of the horror movies, I actually saw Terrifier, the first one, I repped it and I sold it to Netflix. I don't know if they would buy that today, So we are going to be the home for that. And already we signed up a lot of content. And we have a lot of excitement from other distribution companies and filmmakers for it. And we have a very good combination of both being tech and future forward. So there's a lot of content that people in other countries did not have access to. So our parent company owns a AI dubbing and subtitle company. So we're going to have a lot of localization that can be done efficient to open up to other markets. On the other hand, we also, know that this community is very much about kind of old school. So we do have section of the old DVD. So we have DVD on streaming with extra materials and audio commentary and deleted scenes and all of that. So I think we struck a good balance of both being the present and the past and the future in terms of the value proposition we bring to both our audience and the creators.
And can anyone start an account, a user account?
Anybody can start an account.
Over 18?
So viewing-wise, it's free. So if you're over 18, you can just create an account and watch movies with ads. There are more premium content that requires subscription. And then next year, we're going to have movies in theaters that you can access with your subscription. So we have partnership with Lux Cinema, and we're working on some other cinemas that they're going to have the horror films in their cinemas, and you can access with the app. Or if you're in a place in an area that doesn't have a cinema near you, you can actually watch it on the app, and the filmmakers are going to get the fair share of as if somebody went to see it in the movie cinema. Actually, it's going to be higher because you're not paying for the DCP cost and all of that. So it's we're creating a win-win-win situation. It's both for the cinemas, the filmmakers, and the audience, because a lot of our favorite movies, they go out on 100 screens, which means that if you're in Dallas and it's only screening in Austin, you're probably just gonna find it in piracy. So somebody made all this work and marketing and all this hard work and just to support a pirate company.
Right.
Those are non-profit. It's usually run by bad organizations anyway. So so that's what BLOODSTREAM is. So we're very excited about getting the word out there.
And it's bloodstream.com?
It's bloodstreamtv.com or on your Apple TV or Android or LG, Samsung, Xbox, wherever you watch content.
Okay. And if someone uploads a film and you feel like it's a great film, but the maybe the upload quality is bad, do you advise them to change anything in the back end editing wise?
So we usually don't, get involved creatively. So even throughout my entire career, we never like, oh, we're gonna buy this movie only if we can edit it. I think that once the filmmakers, they created the content. I mean, that was their creative intent, right? Unless they're specifically asking for feedback during the post-production process, which is a different thing. But we would not take somebody's complete movie and just change it. In terms of technical quality, yes, it does go through QC to make sure that audio levels are right and everything, and if it's stereo 5.1 and the black levels and grain levels and all of that, because you need to remember that in the end of the day, people want to have a good experience watching on their big screen TV in their living room. Want to make sure that it's high quality. I think. Well, it's all about storytelling. Your movies are still right next to Avengers, right, on iTunes or Apple TV, so they need to be in a good quality.
You say you have two models, AVOD and subscription. How much
Correct.
is the subscription?
So the first tier is ad-based, so people can watch it for free, and most of the films are available for free with ads. Then there is a $6.99 level, which is without ads and access to some premium content. And then the next level is $12.99. That's the one we're going to launch next year, which is going to give access to even more content, early access, and access to the cinemas with that subscription.
And so people can actually go to the cinemas with the subscription, similar
Correct.
to a pass-based
Yes.
company. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
And that's why the higher fee, because obviously we need to pay the cinemas and also the people that you can access movies that are now in theaters or in festivals while they're in festivals in the cinemas. So we're paying the filmmakers as if it was in the cinemas. So that's why the higher fee. So we're trying to make it, it's still cheaper than going to the cinema, and you can watch more than a movie a month. So we feel like it's a good value proposition for everyone.
How many people are on your team for BLOODSTREAM?
So BLOODSTREAM is pretty new. We're adding almost a person a day. Let's see, we're right now, it's 5 people. So our company is a bit complex. The umbrella company is Studio Dome, which is the software that we created for film distribution. So Studio Dome is in a sense, it's an aggregator that does everything from right management, delivery, QA, reporting, payment, residuals, everything in between, right? So the main client of Studio Dome is other distributors. So we do the placement, distribution for other distributors. So we're the distributor behind the scenes. We release 10 to 20 movies a month, right? So we're preferred aggregator for a lot of different services. So everything kind of go through that, and that kind of gave us the leverage to have a very small team to create those different channels. So we try to create different channels to generate more revenue for our clients, because we work on a commission base. We don't take flat fees or anything like that. So the more money they make, the more money we make. That's a part of why our parent company invested in AI dubbing. We have a channel in Brazil called Que Beleza TV. We have a Spanish channel called Espacine. And we bought Prideflix, which we're gonna launch next year for LGBTQ. content, and we're doing BLOODSTREAM for the horror content. So it's all kind of under that umbrella of creating more opportunity for the content. Because let's be honest, like we see the ones on top, right? The Paramount and the Discovery, like they're all getting consolidated, and there is less and less opportunities for the wonderful independent content that we deal with. So we're always trying to find more places to monetize, and the technology and AI really helps, because if it used to be thousands of dollars to make dubbing in Portuguese and Spanish for Latin America, it didn't make sense back 2 years ago. But now, because the costs are reduced, it gets us to a point that, like, okay, well, we can make those dubbing and we can have our own platform, so we cut a lot of the middlemen, and we can generate enough revenue to be worth it, both for the operational and for the filmmakers.
And how long have you been working on BLOODSTREAM?
About since January 1st, so almost the entire year. It wasn't called BLOODSTREAM initially. We had a lot of testing, a lot of conversations, a lot of market research, but the infrastructure, beside being worked from the Studio Dome side, I've been working on it probably for the entire year. Yeah.
Okay, great. Very cool. That's cool. And I like how you have it. It's almost like the YouTube play button,
Right.
but it's bleeding, but it's also, it's like a little...
It's a YouTube, so when we say it's the YouTube for horror, we don't mean that it's going to be makeup tutorial. We mean that it's as easy as when you upload a video to YouTube and you can start monetizing right away, you can do it on BLOODSTREAM. But it's just going to be for horror, which YouTube doesn't take, right? Because you can upload it, but it either get rejected, or it's limited ads, or it no ads at all. So you can't monetize that, but you can monetize it on BLOODSTREAM.
May I ask, what's the rev share?
50-50.
Okay.
So it's 50-50 across ad revenue and subscription.
And does it matter if you have one video on your platform?
Doesn't matter.
Or okay.
Doesn't matter.
Wow.
And we go by the minute. So on the subscription, it's not like, well, I know some platforms like, well, if they didn't watch over 80% or whatever, we just do a very democratic, like all the revenue divided by the number of minutes, and you just get paid by the minute.
Thank you for watching the video all the way to the end. Here is a complimentary question from our book Story Questions.